Today on Ed Talk TV, we are going to reintroduce ourselves. For all of you who are new, it's January, and we've been doing this for a while, so we might as well reintroduce ourselves and also give you a little background on how live broadcasting has grown our business. So if you are new, be sure to grab some pen and paper, and if you are returning, be sure to say hello, and let's jump into today's content. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ed Talk TV, Conversations Worth Having. I'm your host, Ed Troxel, and I am known as the guy that makes technology stupid easy. What does that mean? That means I help you show up here, deliver, and engage online easily, so that way tech doesn't hold you back. I am focused on helping you produce Facebook Live episodes. That's right, just like this. Well, maybe not just like this because this is my show, but your show. And so I wanted to take this opportunity now that we're the second week into January. I got a lot of new followers, a lot of new people that are checking me out and that are also returning. So welcome. Be sure to pay attention to saying hello in the comments, even if you're watching the replay. But I want to take this opportunity to explain a little bit about where I came from here, as well as why live broadcasting has grown my business. Because many of you may be thinking about live broadcasting, maybe you're even trying it and you're kind of like, I don't really know. Or you're like me when I first started and was like, nope, not happening. There's no way you're getting me on camera. I don't want to be on camera. I don't know. It's just not happening. Anybody? Anybody? Or is it just me? So let's start off with a little background. For those who don't know, I have quit my full-time job at Apple 5 years ago. It's crazy, right? Doing full-time entrepreneurship for the last 5 years. It's awesome. And I get to hang out here with you guys live and, of course, hanging out in the comments on Facebook and everywhere else. So it's a lot of fun, and it's been an amazing journey. And I'm telling you this because I want you to see kind of behind the scenes. I want you to know where I've started and where I'm at now, because what you're seeing here with all of this and previous episodes is different than where I started at the beginning. And I'm still trying to find my original first live broadcast, which we're going to talk about in a minute. But I'm going to still try to find that video so I can hopefully show it to you guys, because it's different than what I have now. And now I have a full-on show, right? And if you've been following me, you've kind of seen the journey from there. But for those who are fairly new, this is all you've seen. And maybe you're like, I want this. I want to have a show like this. So we'll talk about all that. But I wanted to mention that, okay, so 5 years ago, quit the full-time job. Listen, I had the full-time job that everyone says we're supposed to have, right? I had the full-time job with the benefits, with the 401k, with the healthcare, like everything, which was great. And I was doing good. I was actually doing great at my job. I mean, I was the #1 in sales. I was helping with workshop facilitation. I was working with small business owners and helping them get the right solutions for their business and just all of the things, right? But I felt like I was being called to something else. Like I knew in my heart that that was just a stepping stone for where I wanted to go next. Because for me, I've always been an entrepreneur ever since I was born, basically. And being on the forefront, thinking ahead of the game and being able to play with the latest tech, figure it out so that I can share it with others. I've been doing that forever. I mean, anybody remember the old Nokia phones? You remember with the Snake? We used to play Snake. I used to get the newest upgrade every time just so I had the latest and greatest so that I can play with it and then show everyone else how to use it. It was so fun. So that's kind of like where I've been, right? And then when I go through and I look at the various jobs that I've had, from part-time gigs to the full-time gigs, even when I was working full-time as a marketing assistant for a web design company, I was still trying to do part-time jobs because I love helping people be more creative and create content that's more engaging for others. And so I tell you all this to give you kind of the background of where I've come from and what I've done. If you don't know, I have a bachelor's in communications, sales and marketing certificate. Boom, right up there. And I've been working with small businesses for a very long time now, helping them from just basic office work to marketing, to creating content, to social media strategy. Like you name it, I've done it. And I have a unique skill set that I bring to the table, which many of you have seen if you've been following me. And so what's been awesome is that yes, I've created my skill set, built upon my skill set, I should say, by the various jobs that I've held and by the constant learning and personal development that I've done for myself. But I also have to credit, a huge credit goes to, I should say, live streaming. Now that might be weird because you're like, wait a minute, what? Live streaming? Yeah, live streaming. And it was before Facebook Live. So if you remember, there's a thing called Periscope. Anybody heard of it? Even if you're watching the replay. Periscope first came out in early 2015. And I knew, and this was actually before I technically started my business, I knew that it was going to be the next big thing. Not specifically Periscope itself, but the technology, which is live broadcasting. So I knew that I had to get good at this. And I still remember sitting in my backyard telling myself, Ed, listen, guys, I may not appear to be an introvert, but I totally am, especially back then. I had to tell myself, sitting in the backyard, Ed, you have to go live. You have to get good at this live broadcasting, because if you don't, your business will not survive. I kid you not. I told myself that. And this is back in 2015. So I gave myself a pep talk. I said, let's do it. I went live on Periscope. I had, of course, all of the nervousness, the sweaty armpits, the nobody's going to like this. What am I doing? Nervous, like you name it. I went through it. And then I would watch my broadcast and I'm like self-criticizing myself. And it was a nightmare. But I knew in my heart, in my mind, that I needed to keep moving forward because live broadcasting was going to be the thing that takes my business from here to here. And so I kept doing it and built up a following there, got connected with the right people. And then, of course, Facebook Live came along. And then that's when I jumped with Facebook Live and have built what you're seeing here now. And I will tell you, since doing that, it has been a game changer for my business. And that is why now I'm working with business owners, mostly small business owners, to be able to help them do the same thing in terms of getting on Facebook Live, producing original content that allows them to organically build up their reach here on Facebook, as well as on YouTube and other areas online. It's one of those things that you have to embrace the new technology if you want to survive, right? I want everyone to be the next Netflix, not the next Blockbuster, right? If we look at it that way, Netflix was thinking ahead. They were the ones that came up with the new technology and was willing to move forward. Blockbuster held themselves back and therefore went out of business. And I hate seeing that. So I tell you all of this because I want you to start thinking, if you haven't already embraced live broadcasting, I want you to consider it. And I want you to really think about what it could do for your business. You know, for example, I have gotten so many new clients through live broadcasting, some of which have been my highest paying clients. I've had numerous opportunities that have come from just doing a live. Literally, some will happen right away, right after I got off a live. Some will happen in a couple weeks. I've even had one that's happened over a year after I've gone live. They're like, hey, I just saw your video. Would you be able to do XYZ? It's like, yeah, that's great. So really understand that it is a game changer for any business. I haven't met a business yet that can't win with live broadcasting. And so I'm here to encourage you guys to at least look into it if you haven't done it yet already. You guys watch me, you're watching other people, I'm sure. So learn from that experience and start broadcasting. And if you need help, you know where to go. Like, I'm right here. And that's also why I developed my new Business Gone Live framework. That's a PR framework that I help you with creating the right process to help you leverage Facebook Live. Because at the end of the day, this is how you're going to be able to do business with people that aren't right there in front of you, right? That's the beauty of live broadcasting, and it's so much fun once you have the right guide and the right tools to get you past those barriers. So just keep that in mind. I'm just looking at my notes to make sure I covered everything for you guys. Like always, I'm here to support you. Anything that you need, just let me know and I'll point you in the right direction. And if you just want to hop on a call and just kind of talk about what you're trying to do, then I can still point you in the right direction for that as well. Hey, Tabitha, welcome. Yes, yeah, it's a lot of fun. And you guys, as you can see, obviously I have the nice polo on today, but let me just tell you, I geek out over this stuff like crazy. If you couldn't tell, you can't hear it in my voice, or you can't see it right now. Yes, I'm to be honest, I'm a little nervous right now telling you guys all of this stuff because it's going back in time and telling you about the journey, and also, you know, sharing with what I've built for you. And so it's always going to be like that. But let me just say, live broadcasting is so much fun, and it can be such a game changer for you no matter what you're doing or where you're wanting to go. And that's the beauty of it. And so I always want to encourage you to think bigger, right? If you're thinking about a podcast, let's go bigger. If you're thinking about, you know, ways that you can easily market your business without having to pay for ads, let's think bigger. And, you know, there's so many things, and my brain is part of that skill set, right? I was just having this conversation with someone today. Part of my skill set, it's almost like what we would refer to as a unicorn out there, right? Because my brain just automatically translates things so quickly into, what do you need? Awesome, this is what you need. Like, and sometimes you don't even know what you need. You're like, I just got to talk to somebody, and then my brain's like, that's it. That's what you need right here. There you go. So I don't know how else to explain it. It's so cool. As you can see, I'm just nerding out right now. So it is what it is. And you would have never caught me doing this 5 years ago. I'll tell you that right now. But I'm comfortable with you guys, and I realize that this is what needs to happen. And that's why I developed EdTalk TV. It's all about conversations worth having, right? Whether it's tech, business, or just whatever. That's what it is. It's entrepreneurship. So I'm going to stop talking so that you guys can enjoy the rest of your day. And I hope that this was somewhat helpful for you. Tabitha says, yep, that's what I need to do. Make a call to hear what I need. Yes, exactly. And that's the thing. You know, sometimes we don't know what we don't know, and we don't know what we need, and we just have to talk about it with someone. And I will tell you, my favorite thing always, even back in my Apple days, was I need the thingy that plugs into the TV. And it's like, oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Here it is. And I know what the thingy is. All you have to do is just give me like just a teeny bit of information, and then it's like, done. There you go. So there's a fun fact if you're new and you wanted to know about that. So anyway, we're going to do more series of information around video, live video. We, of course, talk about different apps and programs. For those who are new, I'm just kind of giving you an overview. EdTalk TV is just really an informal talk show where I share different resources with you, and you want to make sure that you are following up. I also like having you follow up in the comments, so then that way we can connect even after the broadcast, because I always say the magic happens in the comments, and it's true. Plus, here's a tip for you. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? You know what? Let me bring up my mic. See, I got the little mic here. So if you drop a comment, even on the replay, that's free advertising for you. You're welcome. Yeah, if you didn't know that, there you go. So I hope that that encourages you to take that opportunity to share some insight. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. Have a great week if I don't hear or talk to you before next week, and I will see you guys later. Take care.